on the earth, man.
The pyramids.
Esau can't break them
Edomites
before.
now who can't make pyramids.
Still don't understand that.
They still don't get it, man. Hey, before the flood, it tells you that they were doing metallurgy. They were doing metallurgy way back during the time of Cain.
The alloys in the art.
Alloy, they had fucking alloys, man.
He's an artificer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brass is fucking metallurgy, man. You're mixing metals, so they were doing that back then. So come on, man. All that stuff about the Iron Age and the Bronze Age, that's all a lie that Esau made up. There's no such fucking thing. How the fuck can that be when the Bible tells you that they were dealing with that way back?
Hey. Abel got killed through a dagger, man.
Exactly.
There was never a Stone Age.
There was no little club.
We're not stick.
There was never no Stone Age. People still use stone today. Stone is a fucking material that you can use for shit. Shit, people put marble in there. You know what I'm saying?
Or slate on the roof.
Slate on the roof. There was never such thing as a Stone Age. That's a lie that Esau invented, and we could prove it. Someone get that in Genesis for me.
Can I grab you this real quick?
Different amounts of knowledge and that kind of stuff, because they would use a particular type
you know
of
what it
thing.
speaks about? It was
Like, you can't say uniformly the whole world is under a Stone Age vibration or Stone Age vibration. Like that.
Stone Age. Bullshit, man.
If I can. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
It's all lies. Esau set up, he's lied about history, he's lied about everything, so this whole place is a giant illusion. It's witchcraft, all set up to build him up as the Don, as the guy, the savior, the top Don, the God. That's what it's all set up to do, to gas himself up. He's the original fake it till you make it, man. He's the original Instagram filter, man. Or I don't know, I don't be on that shit. Is it Instagram or Snapchat? Oh, sorry, man, Instagram. I don't be using that shit like that. Fucking, he's the original Snapchat filter hole. That's who Esau is, man. Gassing himself up like he's the guy, he's the enlightener.
Hey, the angel of light.
The angel of light. No, you're not, man. Stop lying to the people, man. All right? Iconoclasm, yeah, destroying the images of the dark images, man. So people wouldn't understand that. Nah, like, Jake didn't go into captivity because we were dumb animals, man. That's what Esau, even to say that we went into captivity because we were black is a lie.
Yeah.
He made all that up. Yeah, you know, we just hate these people. Esau don't hate you because you're black, man. That's just an excuse that you know when you hate a man and you just got, like Pogba. You're not gonna come back to Pogba. You know when you just hate Pogba, so you gotta make it like, hey, he was on social media after the game. Bro, just say it straight. You just don't like the brother, man. Stop making it. You don't, Esau just knew we were Israelites and he didn't like us. So he had to make it like, well, I don't like you because you got a wide nose and you got rubber lips. You know, it's not nothing to do with that, man.
He held his anger perpetually.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just a thing that's in him.
It's just a lie, man.
You know,
It ain't got nothing to do with us having dark skin like Esau. He would like you to believe that, but that's not why he don't like us, man.
Who could have caused about them Aborigines? About them Polynesians.
Yeah.
You know them Papua New
Guinea,
where they got the bone in their nose. You think Esau ain't talking about them? He's talking about these guys.
Yeah.
But even though Esau did still fucking call them animals and fauna, he had them categorized as animals up until 1965, I believe.
Wow, would you look at that?
That's down the road.
Esau's fucked, man.
Yeah, I
Man
got
call them fauna. They were called they were categorized as flora and fauna.
Wow. As a plants and animals.
Wow, that is fucked.
Yeah.
That's Esau for you. Again, he's a liar.
Yeah.
Because that would be a blatant lie. But he's a liar, man.
Yeah.
Man has a flower.
That proves that he will lie and say whatever he's got to say
Yeah.
to justify himself.
A quick one, Baba Kasha. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called.
Right, because Esau will make some shit up, call it science to justify his wickedness. Like they were saying, oh, the shape of Jake's brains and all this shit. They were doing all kinds of madness, just making shit up, man. Making shit up. Yeah, we got these people in slavery because, well, they're not really even fully human. Just made that shit up. You just made it up, like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, like, we gotta have an excuse for this shit anyway, so we'll make it up. Oh, global warming. Made that shit up, find out it's cooling. Just make shit up. Anything, you just make it up as he goes along, and then it's like, yeah, cool, vaccine, yeah, shit works. So just make it up as we go along. Here, take this vaccine. Like Bill Gates, he's making it up as he goes along, because he's got an agenda. That's the nature of a devil, it's deceit, it's lies, man. It's witchcraft, it's creating like, what is it, Mysterio? What's that dude from fucking
Spider-Man.
From Spider-Man? Yeah, it's that Mysterio shit. Illusions, that it's not real.
I have a preset.
But did you get the Genesis one? Yeah, read that one, man. This proves the whole Stone Age, because that whole prehistoric history is a lie, because you got recorded history, which is about 6,000 years. It's about 6,000 years is recorded history, and in the Bible, according to the Bible, you got a couple thousand years added on top of that. You know, from the time of Genesis 1 on. So it's accurate. Like it's really accurate in terms of real history and a time scale. So what Esau done was like, yo, we can't fuck with this Bible shit because I'm the devil in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna undo the Bible. So we're gonna come up Charles Lyell, George Cuvier. You know, them guys came up with the principles of geology, and we're gonna change up the whole timeline, and we're gonna stretch the timeline out to like 1 billion years, and we're gonna call that prehistory. And then we're gonna add to that prehistory. You're gonna have the Bronze Age, Iron Age, and then you're gonna go into these different fucking Jurassic Age and all this fuckery, which is all made up, man. It's all made up. They have no proof of that shit. It's literally all fucking made up, man.
Hey, look, man, how do you know? This prick is like, he's 65, and you were telling me about.
Yeah.
He found a few bones, and he's explaining to you how the T-Rex fed its children.
Yeah. You see it's feeding the child.
T-Rex was loving.
You know, and it's just crying. And he like,
T-Rex used to masturbate to porn. And nah, blood, you all making it up. It's all artistic. They'll tell you that. It's all artistic impressions, man. It's all fucking lies, man.
With a million.
Yeah.
No, wow. You know, how do you get that information, man?
With
some fat bone, and it's, you have a dinosaur. It's in tears.
You don't know what the behavior. You don't know what the behavior. That's like finding a man's toe, and you know, that dude didn't like niggas. You know.
He was strong. He was bare strong. He squatted the earth. Like, how you gonna know that?
From a toe.
From a toe.
With Esau's sciences, when you read it, you got a load of assumptions, man, like carbon dating and all of that sort of stuff. The amount of things that have to be in line for that carbon dating or radioactive dating to be accurate is ridiculous. And you got that Occam's razor, which is the simplest solution, is probably the most accurate one, and that's the scriptures, man.
Esau in these realms don't deal with empirical science. You know, things you can actually measure, things you can actually know
and then
find
make a
out.
proper. But in science, you're gonna make inferences, but they're not even making inferences. They're just fucking just going left field with it, man.
And saying
Did you have that one in Genesis? Let's prove to the people there's no such thing as the Stone
Can I
Age.
read one verse up? There's something
Yeah,
interesting
come
as well. Genesis chapter 4, verse 21. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ.
So that they were mastering music, which music is a science. Music is, you see, a lot of people don't even know that. You're gonna start going deep, like them old organs back in the Middle Ages, they can't even make them kind of organs no more. They can't even make them, and them dudes that were making them organs, man, they say that them dudes would just go into the church, get a stick, throw the stick up in the air, then the stick hit the ground, they listen to all the reflections and just fucking make it all from in their head. Do it just like that, man, and they will perfectly line up the energies from the organs and all that, like Bach. All that music there is like it's like an energy wave generator. It builds up the energy and builds up the energy, man. Shit, some people on the right time, you can get an out of body experience from them fucking organs, man. Take your spirit, clean out your body, man.
David and Saul. You know, when Saul had demons with him, he actually exercised the demon off him through music.
What level of musician was David, man?
Well, there's levels, but there's levels. And if you notice, man, all them old churches, they had the crystal windows with the copper going through it. But they knew what they were doing, man. You brothers that's into you know what I'm talking about. They knew what they were doing. They were channeling the energies with the music, man. So there's a whole science behind music that they were dealing with from back then.
Well, wait. when the temple got built, the Levites sung. It was so beautiful that the Most High came down and listened to it. You know what I mean? That shows you that was thousands of years ago.
Bro, there's things out here that Esau wants to always makes it look like anything in the past is dumbed down, cavemanish, and stupid, and he's the future.
Yeah.
When it's actually getting stupider, like as time goes on, right? It's getting more dumb.
How can you have the Dark Ages where everyone just started eating shit? Like we just forgot understanding. It's the Dark Ages. And then after you came into power and everything just became understanding again. Because over the course of time, people have always got smarter and smarter in terms of invention. Obviously now it's darker, but I mean in terms of invention and skill, people have always had.
And then when shit happens, shit goes backward. Like when you come, like you can have a whole bunch of technology, and if someone comes and burns down your city and kill half of the man that know how to do it, you got to start from scratch all over again.
That's it.
And that's what used to happen. And guess who the main one to do that used to be? Esau, man. Esau was the one that was known to burning down. Didn't they burn down the library at Alexandria, man?
And and it was them that burnt down our temple. Yeah.
You fucking devils, man.
Under Babylon.
You devils. Like the Romans used to go around just burning shit, man. And they did that in the Americas too. That's why a lot of the information of all the things that they were doing in the Americas is burnt, because the only thing they cared about was the gold. So they went over there and just burned up all the records, burned up everything. Because their brothers over there in the Americas were doing it fucking big. There's places where they got 4G fucking sculptures in the mountain that changes with the moonlight, for fuck's sake, man.
Yeah. Oh, in the caves. Certain reflections that reflect the inside.
Some of the shit that them brothers are doing, they actually can't replicate it. 3D and 4D images, man.
Certain aqueducts and stuff.
Holograms and shit.
Yeah, laser print that.
That's how you
We gotta get out of here, man. We gotta get out of here.
Esau made them said that, but Esau, guess what? What did he say?
Savages.
Oh, but that's it's like,
Because they didn't have the weaponry.
yeah, it's like if I can say that's why Esau doesn't want to bring out certain facts about him being a cannibal. Like for instance, in Jonestown, right, when he when they wouldn't have survived. So when they actually looked at the bones, they saw cut marks that were basically Jamestown. Yeah, sorry, so I said yeah. They saw cut marks in the skull, which were basically matched up with basically being chopped up and cannibalism, right? And then you got the picture of the Jake in Congo looking at his daughter's hand and foot. Now, what I didn't find out until recently, which they had hidden, because Esau will tell you about that, is that they probably ate the.
I heard you.
They ate after, but they never speak about that because they don't want to be because that sounds like a savage to me.
Africans are cannibals and savages.
Exactly.
Hey,
Esau's a liar, man.
well, you even had the University of Leeds actually open up a study of when the British captured the slave ship, and all of the slaves came off the ship like scared, bugging out because there was a slave who was eaten, man. Like they actually cut out his heart and fed it to all the other slaves with rice, man. It's actually a study in the University of Leeds.
Man.
It's you know?
That's fucked up, man. Yeah, Esau, man. He's the real savage. He's the real savage. Oh, we got Wisdom of Solomon. Let's finish that. Oh, you finished Genesis? Yeah.
Man ate Jake.
And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron.
Now, brass and so hold on. Now they said you had the Stone Age, and then you had the Bronze Age and the Iron Age or some shit like that. According to the scriptures, they were doing it all at the same time.
Oh yeah, good point. Cut,
Industrial Revolution.
slice.
Alloys, man.
Alloys. They were making alloys, man. And they found aluminium artifacts, which aluminium can only be made through electrolysis.
And
They
that's
find that shit. So what the fuck is Esau's lying, man? He don't want the people to know what's really good, what's really going on out here, man.
yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, give Wisdom of Solomon 7. Man.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse 18, the beginning, ending, and the midst of times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons, the circuits of years and the position of stars, the natures of living creatures and the furies of a wild
The natures of living creatures. That's like a zoologist, man. That's a study in animals, man. Like Esau calls it zoology and makes it like he's pioneering that shit. And then when you go into even the original zoologists, they all believed in the Bible, man. They all gave glory unto the Heavenly Father. Our people, when we used to do that in the Middle Ages, we always gave glory to the Heavenly Father. It wasn't until them devils in the Lunar Society and the Royal Society took over and started twisting it and turning it into some atheistic type shit.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein and them duds.
I've never understood how you can like inspect animals and humans and just come to the conclusion there is no God. It's like little 3 ears in your bone is what in your head is how you hear. Like 3 little bones.
So what happened if you only had 2 of them? See how it shows you that Esau, you know, he ain't right, man. He's just not right.
Our heartbeat is continuous.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that work?
Bro, I used to sit there in them biology lectures, man. And after, I love biology. The Esau made me hate biology, man, because it's like, bro, just break it down. Why you keep adding in about this evolution shit when that contradicts what you said about 5 minutes ago? You're teaching me about how, you know, everything's breaking down and getting worse and degrading, and then telling me evolution at the same time. You can't have both, bro. You can't have both. It's either it's degrading or it's getting better. The laws of thermodynamics, man. It's a fucking asshole. That's why Esau has to go.
Bitch ass.
All right, was that your name? Was Solomon? Let's finish this.
The violence of winds and the reasonings of men.
What's that? Meteorology. So Solomon was dealing with meteorology, man. He was a meteorologist. Because the violence of winds. Esau put a label on it, like, but that's meteorology, man. And that's a so-called black man, the wisest in the East. So we're not savages. We're not people who lacking in intellect or knowledge, man. We're not just fucking walking porno stars, man. Like how Esau would think you know, like Esau want you to think we are. Like the black man is just a walking dick with biceps.
Jordan.
Posing off.
Yeah.
We're more than that. We're better than that. I'm better than that. All right? We have an intellect, man. We're very smart people, man. Our children are smart until they get into the education system. And Esau start fucking around with them. A lot of time, Jake children really get bored in school. That's what happens. Like they get bored because Esau's school system's so fucking slow. They get bored and they want to go more. So guess what? If you can't do more, you start misbehaving. And then Esau, when the Edomite starts misbehaving, the Edomite will say that he's being cheeky. But when it's Jake, oh, he's got behavioral issues. We need to put him into special ed, or you know, and they send him down that route when really all he needed was basically just to learn. He just needed more. He was too fucking smart, man.
That's why the West Coast Jakes are smart. Like they're like 2-3 years ahead of all the.
And then they come here and get stuck. And I knew a girl from Jamaica. She was like that. She was hella smart. Came to England, everyone was dumb. So then she just slowed down because you got to go at the same pace as everyone else.
That used to happen all the time, man.
And you start misbehaving because it's like if you're not learning, then what else are you gonna do?
Man, I recall, man, when I was a kid, I used to go to school in Ghana, man. When I came from England there, I felt dumb.
Bro,
I was like, shit.
I was sat in my class like, well, people don't want to learn now? Shit. Like,
we were doing advanced like maths.
I'm literally
for like people in year 8 when we was in year 3. It was like, bro, how you... I didn't know all this, bro.
No, for real.
But they don't recognize
that belt was coming behind
it. I remember
shit back to Ghana. You get it.
I remember that first week I was over there in school, man. You know, I'm England, man, from England. I got beat once, man. I was like, yo, I'm British.
And there's certain times they teach something, like you get it, but they're teaching it for like 4 weeks. I got it, man. People that one Edomite kid he's drawing dicks on the table. You know, all that shit.
Man. But the thing is, they won't recognize a degree from Ghana, though. They recognize a British degree everywhere, but not a degree from Ghana.
You know what Esau does? He will like import a professor from Nigeria to teach in Leeds University. You know? But then you call them stupid, but how comes you got a professor over there who comes teach
lies, man. It's all lies by Esau, man.
I have a precept on that.
Go on.
So it's about that, man.
You know what I mean? It's big intelligent.
You know. This is you see, now it's slow down.
I mean, I got something.
Yeah. So this is a.
Jerem.
This is Job.
Yo, I thought you had the
Oh no, it's still here. Yeah, this is Job. See, this is Job 13:4. Where ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
Yeah, making up all these diet plans all these years, Esau came up with about 100 diets, man.
Oh, come on.
Like, at one time, Esau was telling coconut oil is bad for you. That's why everything is. Every time they say something's bad for you, it's because they want you to buy something else.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all fucking scams. Fat ain't bad for you. There's no fat that's bad for you. There's just an excess of a particular type of fat. You can have excess of protein. You can have excess of fats. You can have excess of fucking water. You can literally drink too much water and die.
Yeah.
Does that make water bad for you? It's called, the scripture says, a false balance is an abomination. Now, when you go back in the ancient world, all peoples understood, listen, you got to balance your diet based around the different things, the sources of different nutrients that's around you. So you might go, even now, like even alcohol's like that. People make alcohol of what's available. Like you go to Italy, you get the lemon, what's it called, lemon silly. They make the alcohol out of lemons. Right? They're gonna have a lot of pasta in their diet, a lot of aubergine and them type of vegetables. But you might go to Ghana, they're not dealing with the pasta like that. They got the pounded yam. But what is it? It's carbs. So they got the carbs in their diet. They're getting the tomatoes, which is gonna have your different vitamins and your different pigments and all these different things. And you balance. Oh, Japan do that. Japan, they're some bad dudes. They got diets. And I'm saying, I'm not including the unclean shit that you do. But I'm saying,
Yeah, for real.
I'm saying that they design their diet by season, and you balance your diet, and that's how you remain healthy.
That's how it's supposed to be.
But if your diet is unbalanced, meaning you're taking in more calories than what you're burning, guess what? You're gonna get fat. It don't matter if you're taking in more fat or whether you're taking more carbs or more protein. It doesn't matter what you fucking eat. If you eat more calories than what you burn, you're gonna get fat. Simple.
And the spiritual on that point we're speaking about, because during the late 60s into the 70s, basically what Esau fucking did was said
Cholesterol?
Carbs is what fat is what makes you fat, and carbs is basically gives you energy. So what the food companies started to do is advertise low fat food and then high carbs, which is basically carbohydrates is if you eat bare carbs, spikes fucking insulin, you store fat and all of that. So that's how you got like cornflakes and all like bare different alternatives, but it's low fat. You know, so everyone started to eat carbs thinking I'm getting healthy.
And then they're getting fat. You know, so then Esau could come up with another diet. On the back of that, that's why you got about 1 million. They released
Atkins. No carbs now.
But all you got to do is teach people generally about nutrition and how to balance their diet according to the things that are around them. And then just you can make anything taste good, and you just have a balanced diet, man. There's no such thing as this particular thing is bad for you, man.
It's
like,
just balance,
it's just having a balance, man. Like you don't overindulge in certain things, man.
Well, the Lord put everything on the earth for us to enjoy, man. That's what I'm saying. So like
even fried chicken,
the balance.
That's it.
Hey, we used to fry food.
Yeah, it's in the scriptures.
We used to fry food in the scriptures, man. But obviously, you gotta have balance. You know what I mean?
If I can give
we
it,
try to have balance.
yeah.
That's the old food pyramid.
Yeah.
That was in the 70s. And the actual
spare carbs.
It's just the
5 to 7 servings of carbs.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
If I can give a testimony on just like eating like balance, because you remember when I used to get my mouth would fuck up. That's because I was eating healthy, but I wasn't eating a balanced diet of vitamins and all of this, that, and the other. Exactly. So then when I did get like a little bit of an illness, my body didn't have the right vitamins and stuff to fight it off. So then, guess what? I started taking my vitamin C, and guess what?
It's all a scam. This gluten-free thing. Even gluten-free is a scam. There was no such thing that our forefathers weren't eating no fucking gluten-free. Everything, gluten is only just, it's all, trust me. So they can have a whole aisle in the supermarket that says gluten-free.
Yeah. Let's double the price.
Extra money and you're just buying all this shit, man. Just balance your diet, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all bullshit. Oh, milk is bad for you. How? We drinking milk in the scriptures. But maybe cheese. Cheese is actually very nutritious, is like for you. But obviously, I wouldn't suggest to drink, 20 just pints of fucking milk like a day.
Yogurt's good for you.
Yogurt is heavy. Fermented milk. A lot of fermented
bacteria,
foods. Bro, there's a lot of things, man. So then you gotta be, you're not supposed to drink milk. That's for baby cows. Motherfucker, honey is for baby bees, blood. What the fuck, like? You get a guy here, like, yeah, you be down in the honey. It's like, bro, why are you eating honey then? Because I'm sure the bee didn't make the honey for you.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They store it for the winter.
that's for them. I'm pretty sure the bees are just, you know,
Exactly.
just making the honey for
The bee farmer has to actually give like some syrup for the bees after, because they basically are storing it for the winter.
Yeah, of course. So if you could eat honey, then you could drink milk, okay?
Precept. Okay, it's good.
But if a guy don't want to drink milk, you're not gonna get emotional by it. You don't have to drink milk.
There's
because
alternative.
you. Thank you, brother. There's always alternatives, but you maintain a balanced diet that's healthy for your body, man. That's it, man. It's not rocket science, man. No one ain't saying you have to eat rice, but you might jab on a little bit of wholemeal bread or some barley. There's so many different things you can get your carbs, fats,
Everything's everywhere, man.
proteins. You need protein. You need all the different types of fats. Cholesterol for your brain. Your brain is mostly cholesterol. You need salt. Oh, you know?
Electrolyte, you know.
Electrolytes, man.
Precept. Proverbs 25:16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it.
That's right. You can't overdo the honey thing, but honey's good for you, is it not?
Yeah.
So everything's about balance, but then Esau is all about money and agenda, and he'll come up with like 1,000,000 diets, man. What's that? A rabbit?
No, it was a doggo.
Okay. You come up with like a million diets, and it's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. Just educate people properly about the foods and what they contain and what they're for, and then you can make your choice.
Daniel had that understanding.
Yep. The legumes.
I was going to say, because Esau's even making everybody sick too, man, and getting people adverse to all these different types of foods, man.
It's all a game.
And all these allergies and shit, man.
Yeah, come on.
And make it sound that these things are bad for you, so they're going to come up with a new plan, new diet, new...
Like this vegan thing.
Come on, that's just a fact.
Vegan. Yeah.
That's innit? Like, bro, it's either you're fucking vegan or you're not. Don't fucking get some spinach and chop it and add a chemical and now it's a burger. Nah, wait.
Exactly, for real.
Oh, it tastes like meat.
For real.
Just eat your veg, man.
You know you got people out there that say, there's people out there.
But them bean burgers be tasting.
I know.
I hear what you're saying. A bean burger don't taste like meat, though.
Yeah, man.
It's just
It's like or like
Make out of chickpeas or something.
yeah. Or like get some cauliflower and put it in flour and get some sweet chili and it's wings. Cauliflower wings. No, it's not wings, bro. No, but that's actually what they do.
You know, say, hey, a man and woman bring man some cauliflower wings, man, be on a domestic. You know, man, we don't endorse hitting no women over no cauliflower wings. That's a joke.
But the brother made a point about what is this about allergies, and they actually found out because I was like, why is it was on Netflix? It's like, why do a lot of children nowadays have like nut allergies? And apparently that's actually getting worse and worse and worse. And that's because they were telling people don't feed your children nuts, and then they found out, oops, that makes them allergic to nuts.
And nuts is hella nutritious, man.
Because basically they were telling parents not to feed their children nuts. That's how children developed nut allergies.
Oh, right, they won't be in it.
Because then they basically was like, why is it in Israel, for instance, as in like modern day Israel, these children, they have a low prevalence of nut allergies.
Genesis 1:29.
And then they found out it's because the popular snack for children in modern day Israel is a nut-based thing. And I was like, oh, maybe actually we shouldn't have told people not to give their babies nuts when they're young.
They say they choke on them or some stupid shit like that, innit? Like, or yeah, people are allergic to every blood clot thing nowadays, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Hay fever.
It's dangerous too. Like, it's a lot of judgment going on.
Yeah.
Man might eat that sandwich and it's the last sandwich you eat ever.
A bit more Wisdom Solomon.
Yeah, God.
That's fucked, man. That's really a judgment. It's really allergies are plagues, really.
Yeah.
When you really think
Bro,
about
it's
it.
scary because you know, like a lot of times now you might look after a niece or a nephew, And I've had it where I wasn't told. And shit like, bro, trust me, it's not a joke thing, because
Tongue swell up.
yeah, they die real quick, man. So you got to be careful. Even when you're looking after other people's kids, it's almost like you got to ask now.
Yeah, saying
if they got
I'm
any
cautious.
allergy.
You know, whenever I'm with my nephew, man, I just want to keep him in the same place, man. I might give him some water because you don't know, man. You might go cooking food that's got a second-hand ingredient you don't know about,
that's it.
and he dropped dead, and Jake would come for you.
Jake could be looking at you crazy.
My son, you know.
Yeah. You can't even enjoy Indian food, man. What kind of life is that?
A bit more, it says, the diversity of plants and the virtues of roots and all such things as are either secret or manifest.
Right, there's like so many different things that you can be educated